Welcome back to Yo Hockey Show, and today I am dressed up all official because I'm going to be talking about something very important, and that is fake Vezina voting. That's right, that is what we're talking about today. NHL.com has done their own voting by themselves. It's not official or anything, it's just their writers voted upon who they think should win the trophies now that we're at the halfway point of the season. So I'm going to talk about it. So right now we're talking about the Vezina, which is, of course, the MVP for goaltending is how I describe it. And let's jump into it. And let's start off with their best pick so far, which is Linus Ullmark. Definitely the number one pick here. He's got a record of something around 21. I'm pretty sure it's 21 or 22 now, or maybe it's just 20, something like that. And 1-1. He's won at least 20 games with a 1 loss in regulation and 1 in overtime or a shootout. Absolutely incredible. My basis to judge a goaltender is he giving your team a chance to win? Whenever I played on a hockey team, that's what I go off of. Is my goaltender giving me a chance to win? Yes, he's a good goalie. No, he's a bad goalie. That's how I judge it off of. Now, of course, all the yes people, you can say which one's the best, makes the best saves. But the basis is you need to give your team a chance to win. And, I mean, clearly he is. He's getting 21 wins or something like that this season. Incredible. And lost only 2 games. And only one of them because his team couldn't get the job done in overtime or a shutout. Or a shootout, whatever. So, Ullmark, absolutely incredible. Fantastic. Now, is he the best goalie in the NHL? I don't think so. He's got some good numbers, though. Not just wins category-wise, but save percentage and GAA, both are great for him as well. But I don't think he's the number one goalie. I think this is just his season this year. Next season, he'll go back to normal. But I think he is still a good goalie. I've always thought he was. In Buffalo, he made some great saves. And I was like, that guy's young. If Buffalo ever gets good or he ever goes somewhere else, he's going to be great. And here he is, second season with Buffalo, and he's popping off. So good job, NHL.com and Ullmark. So far, he's got my thumbs up to win the Vezina right now. Moving on to second place, which is Connor Hellebuyck. So, Connor Hellebuyck, I highly regard as a great goaltender right now, right? I think if, there was an Olympics, I think Hellebuyck would have to be the American goaltender, right? Him or Ottinger, but whatever. So, Hellebuyck, great goalie. Fantastic. But numbers-wise, he has good numbers, okay? But he's matched and is bettered in categories that guys below him here beat him in. So I think skill-wise, it probably would go Hellebuyck at number 1. Well, Vasilevsky would be number 1, Hellebuyck, and then maybe like Shesterkin or something. Well, maybe, whatever. But in this season-wise, I just can't agree that he's the number 2 best goalie in the NHL. So I kind of got to knock him down at least 1. I think maybe 2, but at least 1. He's not the number 2, okay? And what you might be saying is, yeah, it could be the guy below him. But I disagree. Ilya Sorokin, he's a goaltender that was always... I watched the juniors, the championship when he was Russia's goaltender, right? And he seemed good in that, but he didn't really impress me. And ever since his jump to the NHL, he has good numbers. GA save percentage, great. But wins category, which is my basis for your team, and I know he's on a rough team really overall, I mean, compared to all these other teams. I mean, the Islanders aren't bad, but they're not the Jets, the Bruins, the Stars, the Lightning, you get it. So, but the thing about the Islanders is that they're built to play very good defense. They have got so many hitters back there. Pelican, Pulick, Dobson. I mean, that's 3 guys right there, and then the other guys that's still great defensively. So Sorokin, for his win category, I don't know. It's just, the thing about it is that the wins category is what my kind of basis, and I think the NHL goes off of as well. But his numbers and save percentage GAA can be matched by a guy right below him in Jake Ottinger, but he's also gotten more wins than him. So for Sorokin, I think he's got to be moved at least down 1, if not more, but no more than 2. I think he could be replaced by Vasilevsky, and you can move these guys up. But Sorokin, is just his wins aren't there, and his other numbers aren't so astonishing that they are a mile ahead of guys but right below him. So Sorokin, he's not top 3. But who is top 3 is Jake Ottinger. Jake Ottinger, absolutely incredible. This guy, he is the next best goaltender. I don't care what you want to say about Shesterkin or whoever the hell else you want to think of. Jake Ottinger is the next best goaltender in the NHL. He might already be right now. But I think he's got to be top 3. Move him forward 1. His numbers in save percentage, I think, are like right above Sorokin, or maybe right below, and his GAA is right below as well. It's something like that. But his wins, he's got 19 wins. Sorokin's only got 14. So I think you got to move them up. And if you want the top 3 to be Ullmark, Hellebuck, and Ottinger, I'd be okay with that. I personally would say Ottinger, then Hellebuck. But these 3, Ottinger, Hellebuck, and Ullmark, need to be in the top 3, I think. So Ottinger, move him up at least 1, if not 2, and Hellebuck down to 3. That would be what I would say, but it's whatever. Still, what remains is Ullmark's winning the Vezina. But this is the voting. So moving on down to Andrei Vasilevskiy. So Andrei Vasilevskiy, currently is the best goaltender in the NHL. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you disagree. We can all disagree, have our own opinions. Vasilevskiy, he's the best goaltender of all time, for one. So there it is. So Vasilevskiy, but during this season, I feel like he never really is Vasilevskiy, the cat he turns on in the playoffs. So right now, I really think you could interchange him with Shesterkin for, what is that, 6th? Yeah, 6th and 5th. So either or, Shesterkin and Vasilevskiy, they have roughly the same. I think Shesterkin has 1 more win than Vasilevskiy, but Vasilevskiy's number, I think his save percentage is like 2 points above the other one, and goal against average, Shesterkin's better by 2 or something. So it's very similar. So really, I think between the two, you can interchange them, and it would be fine between Shesterkin and Vasilevskiy. But I think both of them are above. Who's below them here in the number 7 spot? So at 7, we got Alexander Georgiev. So Georgiev moves from Rangers to Colorado, and there he is right below Shesterkin still. It's kind of funny. But anyways, he's playing great there, but is it benefit of the doubt because he's in Colorado? I would probably say so, yes. But between him and Thompson, they do have a tight race, but Thompson, I just don't know how he doesn't go above Georgiev, right? Because for one, Thompson, he's already got the name, he's got the story going, which is what brands want. I don't know why the NHL isn't pushing for that more. So the Thompsons should go above him just because of story-wise. But also, and Georgiev, he doesn't really have that name appeal, right? But not only that, but in the wins category, Thompson has more wins, and he has a better goals against average. And I think Georgiev might have a better save percentage by like 1 or something. So not a big deal at all. So Thompson's got to go at number 7. Georgiev go to number 8. But it just makes sense. And below that, we've got Pyotr Kochetkov, right? So that right now, the 2 Rookie of the Year goaltenders side by side. And I don't see how Kochetkov makes this list. For one, I think he's only played like 16 games or something like that, which is like almost half of what everyone else has played. So, for one, he's like not really the starter there. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have the wins. And wins, he's like 26th in the NHL. So, it's just kind of strange to have him on the list. Because there's other goalies, and I'll say, I guess I can lump Jari into this as well. Is Jari, for their rankings, he only had 1 like 5th place vote, so he only got on the board by 1 point. So, big deal. So, Jari and Kochetkov, I would throw out of this list. Jari, I would say, can be on it. I guess he's playing okay. But I would say throw those guys off. And if you're going to go off a guy who's playing not that many games, so if you want to say like 16 games or so for Kochetkov, and I know he's young, but whatever, you can throw in a guy like Gustafsson for the Wild. Because he's got like the second best numbers in the NHL or something in GAA and save percentage. But what knocks him is, for one, he's 29, so he's already older. And 2, he's not playing that many games. So, and the Wild are kind of an iffy, well, they've gotten better. But it's just not there, right? The story isn't there, which is why Kochetkov is on this list and Jari's on this list. Wild don't really have going anything for them, and Gustafson's a little bit older, unlike Kochetkov. So I would throw Gustafson on the list. Or a guy like one of the teams that are surging right now, the Devils, throw in Vitek Vanacek, right, instead of Jari. So why aren't these guys on the list? And not to mention a guy who's all the way up here in wins in this category, who's way above Sorokin, and I think he's tied with like Hellebuck and Jake Ottinger in wins or something like that. With 19 wins and only 5 losses is Martin Jones of all people. Now, he does have a .894 save percentage, which isn't very good at all, but he has those wins there, and that would be more interesting than Kochetkov and Jari. So just throwing it out there, right? So these two I'd throw off the list and throw in anyone else, but it's not like these guys are going to win it anyways. So right now, I would say as it stands, Ullmark has to win it, right? I mean, even if he starts losing a couple more games, say he loses 5 games, he's going to be up to 6 losses and 21 wins, right? Like, he's still going to have a better number than any of these guys below him. So right now, Ullmark's got to win it right now. But do I see anyone being a dark horse and stealing it from him? I would say maybe if the Jets really turn it on and they start really winning games and he gets a few, 5 more shutouts or something, maybe a guy like Hellebuck, or maybe, who knows, maybe the Lightning just blast off and they get Vasilevsky to the moon. I don't know. Ullmark at this point, halfway through the season, it just seems kind of impossible for it to turn around. So I'm going to go with Linus Ullmark as the Vezina winner this year. He is going to be the MVP because he's just got a fantastic record and numbers to back it up. So that is all I have to say. I've declared it. Being an official-looking person, I've declared it. So that is all I have to say. So if you've liked this video, please pick up your free subscription by hitting that red subscribe button. If you like this video, leave a like, not a dislike, but go down below to the comment section and tell me how stupid I am. Tell me, how stupid am I for thinking any of this crap? I mean, obviously, Sorokin's the best and Shesterkin's the best goalie in the world. Of course, not Vasilevsky and Ottinger. No way! I'm just so stupid, right? Ha! No. Anyway, so tell me all that down below. And until next time, I have been your nicely dressed host, Owen. Too sweet. And I must bid you adieu. So good day, mwah, and good night, bang.